Hello everybody and welcome back to a different video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas and today I want to talk about something that has been bothering me for the past few days. I want to talk about YouTube's recent policy changes, how it has already affected me and how it may affect us, the gaming community, even worse in the future. I mean, just type into the search bar YouTube policy changes and see what outrage it caused. That's not normal. So what's going on? Well, YouTube's recent change in policies have drastically changed the way videos are being rated in terms of restrictions and monetization. On the one hand, this especially influences content related to horror and generally problematic media such as shooters, as this may both be disturbing for younger audiences while also not being the ideal type of content advertisers would want their 80s to be played in front of, which is weird because isn't the chance higher to find adults watching such videos that could actually be interested in your product and become a customer rather than kids? At least for horror games. Well, we all know kids are playing GTA and co, so this entire think about the kids argument for this platform is ridiculous in the first place. Kids is a good word though, because we need to protect them, and given the fact that the general public also doesn't want to hear bad words, the way profanity is now being censored is also much more drastic and honestly problematic than before. As a matter of fact, it's now being looked at so strictly that even using a bad word within the first few seconds of your video could lead to a demonetization. What? I have never understood why America is so strict when it comes to cursing and cussing and profanity in general. I mean, it's something totally normal, okay? Obviously, when it's about insulting someone, I can understand why people would not want to hear such things, but like, it's a totally normal human reaction to when you're being upset. Leave out a curse word, okay? I've never understood why it's such a problem. I mean, seriously, why make such a fuss about it? Because the kids could learn such bad words? Trust me, they're hearing words every single day in CVD lobbies. So what we're hearing on YouTube is nothing compared to that. But it's not just the profanity change that led to thousands of videos getting demonetized years after their release. It's as mentioned, the general content rating. Active subscribers of mine know that my most popular video following the recent update got both age restricted and received limited 80s. In said video, I was ranking video game deaths, which is already a very silly thing to be upset about because, well, it's deaths in a video game, okay? I can agree though that maybe the thumbnail is a little bit much, but here's the thing. I don't know, nor am I being told if it actually is. Because YouTube doesn't tell you what the issue is, they just say that there is one. And when you ask what's wrong, like I did when messaging with the YouTube support, they will tell you that they cannot give me editorial advice. So in other words, instead of trying to help you and telling you what you have to change in order to properly upload the content that you worked on, they just lift up their hands and leave you to figure it out for yourself. And that is a huge problem. It's both a sign of lack of communication and a lack of own certainness. How am I supposed to know what I can do and what I can't if you won't tell me? Either because you don't want to, or maybe even don't know yourself. Because why else wouldn't you help your content creators if it wasn't for you being unable to help in the first place? The entire problem with this policy change update is that things that once were deemed acceptable now aren't anymore, and because of that, so many old videos got literally crucified. Videos that have been online for years, videos that made and may still make people lots of money to help to gain new viewers, all gone. And instead of messaging the content creators beforehand about what the specific problem with each specific video is and giving you the opportunity to then edit it so it can now align with the new policies, they just eliminate them like that. And trust me, eliminate is the right word to choose, because the limited or full demonetization is one thing, the age restriction another. An age restriction won't protect the Yao from disturbing content. All it does is make it thousands of views much more difficult to watch the video they want to, because there are many users out there that use YouTube without an account, or even if they do, never confirm their age, as it needs a legal identification document to do so, and not everybody wants to give that data away. In other words, this new policy change damaged content creators heavily, with unannounced lynching of older videos that can't be properly appealed or discussed about. So what are the options? Just accept it? Maybe try to re-upload it, even though we know that re-uploading will never ever reach the same level that the original upload did? This brings me back to my own video, as YouTube won't directly tell me what the issue was, all I could do was guess. Is it the thumbnail? Well, I have a lot of other videos on my channel with a similarly brutal thumbnail that did not get any restrictions. Maybe it's the word death in the title, even though I have a lot of other videos with the same word in it that weren't restricted either. Or is it the content itself, the disturbing content of video game deaths that are being talked over for the entirety of the video? If it's either of the first two, then it's simply a disgrace that something that could be so easily changed within seconds was not communicated to me and my video got damaged for it. If it's the latter and therefore the content itself, then it's a huge problem as well for several reasons. So let's try to re-upload the exact same video this time around without a thumbnail and see what happens. Are you serious? I was 100% sure that the video would still be restricted, and I was ready to make a huge rant about how the same content is still deemed acceptable on different uploads, as I've had similar type of issues regarding copyright in the past. So instead, I can now rant about how my most popular video was restricted for literally no reason. Because you know what I then also did? I re-uploaded the same video with the same thumbnail. And guess what? So what happened here? Was my video restricted by the change in the system or manually by a YouTube worker that stumbled across it? Because why else would the system now see no issue with the exact same content and the exact same thumbnail? Did I get screwed over by the system? I definitely did by a human that denied the appeal that I made for the video. And it's kind of crazy how while writing the script and experimenting with the re-uploads, this video turned from a rant about the recent policy changes to a rant about a problem that I've had with YouTube forever: inconsistency and illogical decisions. Why was my video restricted months after release, even though re-uploading the same content clearly shows that the system sees no issues with it, even following the changes? And why would YouTube support now, even after seeing that the system itself sees no issue with it, not lift the restriction? Why have other channels been able to react to specific songs and music videos in the past where the videos get blocked on my channel? I just keep having issues with the content I'm creating, and it's really tiring. I originally wanted to end the video by stating how I am worried that recent policy changes may be just a preview of what's to come in the future, of how the changes may become even more strict and anything not seen as family friendly could be restricted and removed down the road, and that fear still remains. But while writing the script, I realized that it's not just that what worries me, but how YouTube constantly makes illogical decisions that me and other creators have to deal with. I'm lucky that it was only one of my videos that were recently affected, at least on this channel, as it's been happening for 2 years on dozens of videos on my other one. YouTube just keeps making trouble when there just doesn't need to be any. Things could be so simple. I've been wanting to make YouTube videos since 2012, and the same goal still remains, that one day, maybe, I can make my money with the thing that I love, and that is making content about the things that I love. But the recent policy changes and what may happen with them in the future and what keeps happening right now, unfortunately keep worrying me about if maybe things will not work out the way I hope them to. But what do you think? What are your experiences with the recent policy changes? Please tell me all about it down below in the comments. Stay safe, healthy and happy. Thank you for listening. Bye, and see you again soon with a new video on my channel.